In the 1970s, Ibrahim Kaskar was known across Mumbai as a man of absolute principle. He was a head constable in the Bombay police who worked his entire career without letting a single bribe touch his khaki uniform. Yet his son was already mapping out a path that would make him the most wanted man in Indian history. Growing up in the cramped chawls of Dongri, young Dawood Ibrahim looked at his father's righteous poverty and chose a different route. He had no interest in school. Instead, he watched the local street bosses, men who wore imported watches, drove foreign cars, and could shut down entire markets with a single gesture. Dawood dropped out and began working for the ruling cartel of the era, the Kareem Lala gang. As a 20-year-old operator, he moved smuggled gold and electronics past the police force, ensuring shipments reached the reigning Mafia dons safely and on time. But Dawood possessed an aggressive, calculating ambition. He wasn't looking for a stable role in the existing underworld. He intended to build an empire of his own. His first move toward independence looked like a corporate embezzlement scheme. When a massive 2 lakh rupee ransom was collected for his superiors, Dawood intercepted the cash. He skimmed the majority of it for himself, handed over a fraction of the total, and claimed the authorities had seized the rest. The cartel's Kabri network quickly exposed the lie. Dawood was dragged in front of dozens of his peers and beaten with boots and heavy sticks until he could no longer stand. He was then physically thrown out of the gang. Rather than submitting, the exiled Dawood recruited his brothers, Sabir, Anis, Nora, and Iqbal. Together, they bypassed the traditional gang hierarchies to launch a rival syndicate that functioned like a private firm, D Company. The brutal punishment from his superiors failed to deter him. It acted as a catalyst, forcing him to transition from an entry-level thug into an independent founder. The extreme violence and the purchase of legal loopholes weren't random acts of revenge. They were calculated tactics for a hostile takeover of the Mumbai market. By 1985, Dawood relocated to Dubai to evade a Supreme Court arrest warrant. This move effectively shifted the syndicate's center of gravity, allowing it to operate as a multinational entity while he remained out of reach of Indian law. From luxury stadium boxes, he managed a workforce of over 5,000 gangsters back in India. In Dubai, he was no longer a fugitive. He was a power broker who hosted politicians and celebrities at his court. He handled external threats with absolute brutality. When local rivals like Arun resisted his control, Dawood coordinated military-style hospital assassinations to eliminate Gawli's lieutenants. Internally, however, he functioned as a generous manager. If a loyal soldier was imprisoned or killed, Dawood covered their medical bills and ensured their families were financially supported, building a fanatic level of employee loyalty. This duality, extreme violence for enemies and absolute financial security for his workforce, created a corporate army that traditional policing methods struggled to penetrate. The 1992 Babri Masjid demolition ignited massive religious riots across India. For Dawood, the event became an ideological pivot point that fueled a new aggression. Pakistan's intelligence agency, the ISI, saw an opportunity in Dawood's network. They offered him complete protection and global expansion. In exchange, the ISI demanded access to his established logistical network along the Indian coast. D Company's routes were already perfected for smuggling gold and electronics from the Middle East into Gujarat and Maharashtra. The logistics remained the same, but the cargo changed. Dawood's ships began ferrying military-grade assault rifles and thousands of kilograms of RDX explosives into India. The alignment of religious grievance and state-level protection turned his vast syndicate's logistics into a pipeline for high explosives. This supply chain led to the events of March 12, 1993. Coordinated bombings across Mumbai killed over 250 innocent people, leaving financial hubs in ruins. The terror attack fractured D Company. Many of Dawood's Hindu lieutenants broke away and declared war on him, splitting the syndicate along religious lines. Today, Dawood is reported to live in Karachi, under the protection of the Pakistani military. In exchange for his safety, he allegedly funds their regional operations, maintaining an illicit multi-billion-dollar empire from a distance. Dawood Ibrahim's career shows what happens when a street-level operator is allowed to scale his business with corporate efficiency. By the time his syndicate reached this level of influence, it had become an international entity that no local police force could effectively dismantle.